Hockey Academy. Watch the show, play the game.
I'm Craig Simpson, and this is Hockey Academy, the show for anyone who wants to skate faster, score more, and have more fun on the ice. Today, Coach Steve HockeyAcad3mi is going to give you some great ideas on how you can take your game to the next level. He'll show you some skills and drills. He's got some advice for coaches, and we've got a lot of other fun stuff for you, too. Here's what's in store this week. In the skate zone, we're going to go right back to the basics and look at proper stance, some great warm-ups, and general hockey fitness. Then Coach Steve is going to go over some of the fundamentals of puck handling in this week's hockey zone. We're going to show you coaches a great drill for increasing acceleration, working on those starts and stops, and making use of the entire ice surface. Steve and his players are waiting, so let's get right to it and join them in the skate zone.
Today we're going to start working on becoming quicker, stronger, and faster on our skates. The place to start is at the beginning with basic requirements for good skating technique, your skates and your stance. Skating is the most important aspect in hockey. Before you can learn about skating technique, you have to have properly fitted skates. The skate is typically made up of three parts: the blade, the holder, and the boot. All three parts need to work in unison to have a properly working skate. The blade itself is typically a metal alloy, in this case stainless steel. A properly sharpened blade gives you the power and control you need for high performance. When your skates get dull and your edges start to wear, that's when you start to slip. Keep those skates sharp for better control. The holder is made up of plastic, which joins the boot and the blade together. The boot is typically a leather synthetic combination, which helps your foot have maximum performance on the ice. All three of these parts of the skate have to work together to have a properly working skate. You have to find the right boot and the right size to get proper fit and optimum control. Skates should fit snugly. Your feet are still growing, and you should leave no more than half a centimeter of growing space between the end of your toe and the end of your skate. Make sure they are laced up nice and tight, and don't try to correct a bad skate fit by taping or casting your ankles. If your skates don't fit right, you'll never have optimum performance. Skate sizing is quite different from sizing your shoes. Buy your skates from a reputable dealer, and let the experts find out the right skate and fit for your level of play. Once you have a proper fitting skate boot, we can move on to technique. It all starts with the starting stance. Many coaches teach their players to skate shoulder width apart. The problem with this position is it's a good balance position. However, when you're striding, it only allows you to extend to a certain degree. From this position, you can only get a short stride. The proper skating stance should be hip width apart. Hips, knees, and ankles together. We're going to get Danny to help us demonstrate this. Danny's going to be hip width apart. His hips, his knees, his ankles are all in a straight line. He's going to have good hip flexion, knee bend, and ankle flexion. We're going to make sure his toes are at least 5 centimeters over the toe caps of his skates. Notice the gap between the stick and the skates. From this position, we're going to make sure that his rear end is straight over top of his skates, good angle from 50 to 55 degrees with his upper body, his stick's on the ice, and his head's up. From this position, he can achieve the high performance that he needs. The lower his center of gravity is, the longer his stride's going to be. So focus on that hip width apart stance, and you're going to be very successful.
Here are some things you want to be careful about when you practice your stance. Don't get in the habit of widening your stance. A wide track skating stance is good for body contact and other situations requiring balance, but not for generating speed. Don't lean too far forward, or you'll lose your balance. Don't stand upright. If you give up that deep stance, you'll sacrifice a lot of power and you'll have less control. Never use skates that don't fit properly. If your skates aren't sharpened, well-maintained, and properly fitted, you'll never achieve optimum skating performance.
Each week we ask hockey players across the country to share their own stories and opinions with you. We call this segment the Question of the Week because our writers couldn't come up with anything better. Our question for this week is, how do you prepare for a game? We'll hear what players like you had to say when we get back from this commercial break. Before we went to commercial, we asked you about our question of the week. Now that you've had a few moments to think about it, here's what some other players had to say.
I eat a good meal, usually pasta, then I go for a run.
Not eat too much.
and I stretch out a bit.
Drink lots of water.
I stretch and play mini sticks.
Watch stuff that has to do with hockey and gets me pumped up.
There's a stick like this long, and then you just get like a little plastic ball and you just shoot it.
Just sit, focus in my mind, just quiet and stuff, and think.
The stance is the foundation for maximum performance on the ice. A player with a good stance is going to be fantastic on his blades. First, we're going to start off with feet position. Feet should be hip width apart, this position. Hips, knees, and ankles line up together. Feet are in a slight V position underneath the player. What we want to see is we want to see a really deep knee bend, 5 centimeters over the toe caps of the skates. Hip flexion, ankle flexion are also involved. The seat is right down over the skates as well. Stick is in goal scoring position. The back is at an angle 50 to 55 degrees from the hips, and your head's up. From this position, you're able to have maximum performance and strong strides. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a drill based on this. We're going to get Danny standing up nice and straight. What's going to be happening is when I ask Danny to go down, he's going to assume that stance position, seat down, really, really comfortable. You want to be relaxed. You want that core body strength, keeping you stable with your upper body. Really work from the hips down. Let's get Danny down into that position right now. Nice and low, good hip flexion, knee bend, right over the skates. Back up. And let's get Danny down again. Notice his head's up, his stick's in scoring position. Deep, deep knee bend. He's ready for maximum performance. We're going to work on this now. You really want to bend at the hips, knees, and ankles, and get down nice and low. Okay, and keep your head up. Excellent. That's excellent. Okay, it's almost, you're going to really feel it in your quads. You're going to really feel it in your quads right there. Okay, stick on the ice tube always. Your head up, spine angle, up a bit more. Good. Excellent job, excellent job. Hey, Glendon, heads up. Good, just like that. Good, sticks on the ice. Good, great job. Head up, good position, fantastic, good work. Okay, let's go up, guys, up and down. Up and down. Okay, straight up and down. Slight forward lean, not too much. Up and down. Great position. Great job, guys, great job. Up and down. Good.
The first documented women's hockey game was played in Barrie, Ontario in 1892.
Your skates are your foundation for high-performance hockey and high-performance skating. It's essential you get a skate that fits you properly so you can perform on the ice. Remember, go to a reputable dealer. They're going to help you pick the skates of your choice. Also, your stance is key for high-performance skating. Remember, hip-width apart stance, deep knee bend at least 5 centimeters over the toe caps of the skates, good forward lean, about 50 to 55 degrees. Stick is always on the ice, ready to score goals, and your head's up. From this position, you're able to achieve maximum performance on the ice. Practice this in front of your TV at home or on the ice in the backyard. Good luck. We'll see you soon.
Across Canada, there are millions of players like you who spend a lot of time trying to get a hold of this, the hockey puck. It's only 3 inches wide and 1 inch thick, but it's the key to every game on every rink all around the world. 150 years ago, you might not have recognized it. In the mid-1800s, people were still playing hockey using a rubber ball. Now, I bet it made for a fast game, but all those bounces would have made it hard to control. Then someone got smart and sliced the ball, creating 2 flat surfaces for it to ride on, and the modern hockey puck was born. There have been a few experiments over the years: wooden pucks, square pucks, pucks of different color, even a computer-enhanced puck that was supposed to make the game easier to watch on TV. But none of them could improve on the original. However, one recent development is worth mentioning. In 1999, the CHA designated the 5-ounce puck as the official puck for women's hockey, acknowledging that women's hockey, just like the puck, is going to be around a long time. That wraps it up for this week's CHA Minute. Here's a little bit of hockey trivia for you. What is the maximum number of players that a team can have? A, 13, B, 16, C, 19. The answer to our trivia question and more great hockey stuff when we return. The answer to our trivia question is C, 19 is the maximum allowable number of players. If your goal is to score goals, then this is the part of the show for you. Coach Steve's got some tricks for improving your game in this week's edition of the Hockey Zone.
Puck handling is a skill that's not easy to master. We're going to give you some drills and techniques that are going to help you improve your puck handling skills. Before we get puck handle, though, we got to talk about your stick. Proper length is essential when you're going to be a good puck handler. If your stick's too long or too short, it's very difficult to handle. Typically, your stick should be between your armpit area and your chin with your skates on. If your stick's too long or if it's too short, it's not the right size for you. We're going to talk about the blade. The blade of your stick has three parts: the heel, the mid-blade, and the toe. Each part has a different function. The middle of the blade is the place you want to be carrying the puck. That's where you cradle the puck. The reason you want to cradle it towards the middle is it gives you room for error. So if that puck moves as you're skating along, it allows it to stay on the blade. The tip is a control portion of the stick that helps you work on those fancy moves and pull moves. The heel itself acts as an extra buffer so that puck doesn't go anywhere. What we're going to be talking about is soft hands and developing soft hands. You want your top hand on your stick, which is your dexterity hand. Your bottom hand is going to be coming down right between your shoulders. Typically, your hands want to be nice and loose and in good control. What you're going to be doing is you just want to focus on developing really nice and soft hands. You can do this without the puck to start things off. Focus on working the puck narrow, working the puck wide. As you feel comfortable with that, you can add the puck to the motion. What you want to do is you want to ensure that puck stays to the middle. You want to cup and cradle the puck. What that does, it traps the puck between your stick and the ice for maximum control. If you're just starting out, it's okay to look at the puck, but as you become more advanced, try to see where the puck is and what's happening. You can practice going narrow with soft hands and bringing the puck out wide. Using the tip of your stick for control, practice going narrow, practice going wide. A great drill that I like to do is we like to practice closing our eyes. So what you want to do is you want to try to feel the puck on your stick while your eyes are closed. It's an excellent way to start feeling the puck with that tennis ball that you're working at home.
As you practice your puck handling, here's a few things you should watch for. You shouldn't be making a lot of noise with your stick and puck. Noisy puck handling means you're losing contact with the puck, so you're losing control. Don't get a death grip on your stick. Keep those hands soft, baby that puck. And don't just stick handle the puck in one spot. Use a variety of positions around your body. Learn to work it all the way around from one extreme to the other with good control. Go wide to narrow, front to back, and around the sides.
According to the CHA rulebook, the board should be A, 3 foot 4 inches to 4 feet, B, 5 feet to 6 feet, C, 3 feet to 3 feet 6 inches. The answer to our trivia questions and more great hockey stuff when we return. The answer to our trivia question is A, board should be between 3 foot 4 and 4 feet high.
Developing good hands is essential to becoming a high-performance hockey player. Stick handling is one of the most important skills a player can possess. The best thing about it is it's something you can practice at home with the tennis ball. You don't have to be on the ice to improve your stick handling. The drill we're going to work on is called wide and narrow. It starts with your top hand on your stick, your dexterity hand. Your second hand drops down just inside the shoulders. This is a good stick handling position. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be putting the puck on your stick, cupping it towards the middle of your stick with soft hands. You don't want to hear a lot of noise when you're handling the puck. To start off working it narrow, as you get more proficient, what you can do is you can speed up a little bit more. We're going to start with narrow, then we're going to work the puck wide. Bringing it back to a narrow position with quick hands, working it wide. Working those two skills together will help you develop good puck control and good hands. Give it a try. A little bit faster now, guys, a little bit faster. Wide. Narrow. Wide. Narrow. This time we're going to go narrow and wide with one hand on your stick. Narrow, wide with that one hand. Bring it back in. Wide with the one right hand, that top hand. Soft, wide with that top hand. Pull the puck back in just like that. Ready. Here we go. Wide. 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 Let's get those hands moving. Cup that puck. Get that puck moving. When I blow my whistle, I want to see it come out wide like that. Pull it back in narrow. Blow my whistle again. Pull it out wide. Pull it in narrow. Good. Great job, great job. The figure 8 drill is excellent for developing positive neuromuscular patterns. What you want to do is you want to start off with your hand in stick handling position. You're going to work a figure 8 around the gloves, tracing just like you had the puck on your stick, even though that you don't. As you become more proficient, what you want to have is good stick position, good stance, shoulder width apart, heads up using that split vision. As you get better at the drill, you can go a little bit faster, working those arms, working them as quick and as fast as you possibly can go. You can also practice this both directions to develop equal and efficient patterns. As you become more proficient at doing this, what we can do is we can add the puck to this drill as well. What you're going to be doing is using the tip control to pull the puck back, be in a good control position, working the figure 8, trying to utilize that split vision, working the puck to the top and the bottom. The drill can be done one way. It can also be done the exact opposite way. Try to maintain 2 hands on your stick when you're doing this drill. Keep things under control. The instructors are going to come around, and what they're going to do is they're going to hold some fingers up. You got to see, use your split vision. Let's work that figure 8 pattern one way. Start off nice and easy. Let's pick up with some speed. Here we go. Work it. Try not to make contact with your gloves. Faster now. Faster. Push it out. Great job. Let's do the exact same thing the opposite direction. Faster. Let's do the exact same thing with the puck. Let's be really careful about touching those gloves, guys. Just show good control. Use the tip of your stick. Keep those feet stationary. 2 hands on your stick. Tip control all the way up to the top, all the way up back. Keep your feet still. Try not to move your feet. Keep it still all the way around. Good. Good tip control. Good tip control. How many fingers? How many fingers? Keep going. 3. Good. Excellent job. How many fingers? Keep going. Don't worry about my fingers. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep going. Good. Excellent. Okay, let's move our gloves to the other position. Top and back. Tip control. Same thing the opposite direction. Here we go. Good job, good job. Keep working it, keep working it. Great job, great job. That's it. Let's keep those feet stationary. Sliding your hand up and down your stick. Same thing with the biscuit. Here we go. Push. 2 hands, Matt. 2 hands. Here you go. Perfect. Keep going, keep going. Good job. Last one we're going to do, you do the exact same pattern, but you're just going to work it with one hand. Top dexterity hand, pulling it through, in, out, through. So use the top hand to move the puck all the way through, navigate, just keep one hand on your stick. That's it. Work it. One hand, one hand. Excellent job. Excellent job. That's the way to do it. Good stick handling. Good stick handling. Okay, good work.
It's time for some more player perspectives on our question of the week.
Meditate, I jog around, stretch out, make sure I'm mentally prepared.
Just whenever the coach tells me to go, I go.
Have a bath.
Just eat right.
Yeah, bubble bath.
Make sure you're warmed up, stretch out for the game.
Have a good healthy meal and get some rest and just come to the rink relaxed and focused, to work as hard as I possibly can.
Once proficient with basic stick handling technique, you can move on to more advanced abilities. A great move to work on is a pull move. What you can be doing is using your tip for control. You bring the puck up to the top, using the tip of your stick to pull it back. Bringing it up to the top, pulling it back, bringing it up to the top, pulling it back, all in one motion. Notice how my bottom hand slides as I'm making this move. Bringing it to the top, pulling it back. You can do this move both forward and back, and side to side, from the forehand to the backhand to the forehand, just like this. You could practice these drills with dribbles in the middle, adding the pull move, same thing going up and pulling it back. You don't want to hear a lot of noise when you're handling the puck. You want soft hands that are under control. Remember, your top hand does most of the work. Your bottom hand helps guide the puck and trap the puck. Remember, puck handling fundamentals, you got to remember a few things. You got to have soft hands, your hands in the right position, cradle to cup that puck, keep your hands soft, utilize your entire blade when you're stick handling, and keep your head up. The more aware you're on the ice, the more goals you're going to score.
It's time for Beyond the Bench, the section of our show where we provide information to coaches, parents, and all those people that help keep amateur hockey alive in Canada. Here's Coach Steve.
The half-ice W acceleration drill is a great drill for developing speed, quickness, transitions, in a short line area. How it sets up is like this. 3 pylons equally spaced down the ice, 2 lines, X1 and X2. Both players leave at the exact same time. This drill can be done both on half-ice or full ice. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on a quick acceleration, come to the pylon, stop pivot, always facing this net. As we drive back towards the boards, we're going to do a stop pivot again. Give the boards a tap with your stick so you know your players have been there. Accelerating back up to the middle, stop pivot, stop pivot, stop pivot, and finishing to the corner. I like to finish all my drills with some crunches or some push-ups. Keeps players actively involved, also builds their strength and conditioning. There's a competitive aspect to this drill where we're getting lines racing against each other. What we want to do is we want to make sure that they're leaving at the same time on the coach's whistle. Stop pivots, coming to the boards, finishing to the corner. Go hard, boys, go hard. That's it, work it. Great job, great job. Here we go. Another aspect of this drill is your goalies can skate it, but you can also put them in the net.